The International Atomic Energy Agency says safety at a Russian-occupied nuclear power plant in southern Ukraine is deteriorating. That's after a drone strike on Saturday exploded about 100 metres from the plant's only remaining power supply line. For more, we can bring in Bloomberg's Tony Halpin. Do we have any clarity, Tony, on Ukraine's objectives here?
Well, I mean, Ukraine and Russia have been sparring over this nuclear power plant practically since the beginning of the invasion. It's Europe's biggest nuclear power plant, so what goes on there is a matter of extreme concern to the International Atomic Energy Agency. And as you said, they've raised the alarm again this time because of the drone attack that took place there near the power line. And the director of the IAEA, Rafael Grossi, is calling on all sides to show restraint. And he says he's extremely concerned about what's going on there.
And you've had Ukraine saying it's destroyed a second Russian bridge. I wonder how Russia's dealing with this shock incursion from Ukraine. Of course, we reported before the embarrassment to Putin.
Yeah, there's a degree of denial going on, actually. President Putin is in Azerbaijan today, acting as if nothing's really going on in Kursk region. And if you look at state television in Russia, it very much focuses on kind of humanitarian aid that's being provided to people who are fleeing their homes, rather than the fact that the country's being invaded for the first time in 80 years. And the Russian Defense Ministry issues regular and repeated announcements that it's driving back Ukrainian forces, but events on the ground seem to contradict them at the moment.
Yeah, interesting to see they're kind of treating it as a natural disaster rather than an invasion. I also thought it was interesting that Germany's no longer going to grant new aid requests for Ukraine because its own government is trying to tighten its belt. What's that going to mean for the conflict?
Yes, I mean, it's important, I think, to underline that this is about new, additional requests for help from Germany. Germany's saying straight away that, it's continuing to provide aid to Ukraine. It's the second biggest donor, I think, after the US. And so the immediate impact isn't going to be of concern for Ukraine. But longer term, of course, they're going to be worried that when they make requests for military assistance, they might not get what they want. And that clearly will be a concern if that accumulates over time.